You're watching KNWA News at 10.
All right, so I'm sure you heard Zach say we could be looking at another round of snow next week. For many of you, I get it, it's not your favorite time to be behind the wheel. But one local delivery driver recently found himself stuck in a big snowstorm. But tonight on an all new The Good Stuff, he also found himself blessed by the snowball effect.
There was about 3 inches of snow.
Eduardo Garcia admittedly isn't that much of an outdoorsman and no fan of hiking. And to be honest, on a snowy night about a month ago,
You don't have control of your truck.
he was no fan of driving in it either.
My front tire got stuck there on the big hole.
Eduardo's night of making deliveries for Walmart seemingly came to an end in this ditch. And that included a pretty important package being tracked a couple of miles away in this house on a hill by pretty determined Brooke Kochel.
And then I would get a message, it's been delayed. Well, that's understandable, you know.
And then a half hour later.
And I'd check again and...
Same spot.
Yeah, same spot. And I was like...
But on that night, as temperatures continued to drop, Brooke's determination continued to rise. She tells me she really needed that package that was in Eduardo's truck, now, of course, stuck in a ditch on the side of the road. Now, she wasn't waiting on a delivery of groceries, but something in that moment, on that night, was much more valuable than anything Walmart has ever sold before.
Here's my Walmart heater right here.
3 small room heaters actually stuck in the snow inside Eduardo's truck 2 miles away.
But when our heat went out and it started getting 50 degrees inside, it felt like 0 degrees.
For Brooke's husband, Charles, that delivery was far more than just an extra bonus on a cold night.
Every extremity of my body, my fingertips, my toes, my ears, my nose, you can just feel it.
He says it was absolutely a last resort for his body, under attack by colon cancer and months of chemotherapy infusions.
I call it city fire.
And now, snowed in at their home with no heat, the only thing that would get Charles through the night and help ease his pain.
I told her straight, like, I'm not going to make it.
But clearly, these two did find each other, and Charles made it through that night and many more with his trusty Walmart heaters by his side.
Do you remember how long it took me from the time I said I'm coming to the time I told you,
If you remember,
you've got to wait?
If you remember right.
And we can credit that to these two, who hatched a plan
Should I go forwards or backwards? All right, we'll try forwards.
that initially was about as slick and risky as the snow and ice itself. Determined Brooke told Eduardo she would just drive to him.
Yeah, I was just like, you stay put, I'll come to you.
Okay, stop, please.
Let's just say no measure of determination was going to suddenly make Brooke an expert in snow sledding in an SUV.
And it wasn't happening.
There's just a solid sheet of ice under the snow. I cannot believe this.
Dark, completely dark, no lights.
Meanwhile, still about a mile away,
I ended up calling Walmart, and they told me just bring all the items back.
Eduardo, in his conscience, had a legitimate way out of this mess, especially after a random stranger came along and pulled his truck out of that ditch.
But whenever she told me that she needed him for her husband,
His conscience then had the last word. Go do for others as they just did for you.
so now it's just time to pay back.
So they started hiking toward each other, both ways, uphill, in the snow.
And I've already walked about 5 minutes, so...
And right here, that's where we met. Right here where these trees leaning.
Thank you so much.
No doubt, this was Eduardo's most outside-the-box delivery in his short couple of months with the company.
Oh, my goodness.
I appreciate you.
But he wasn't about to skip out on company rules.
So just let me take a picture.
The funniest part, though, gets his camera out to take a picture of me because you have to do the proof of delivery.
When your wife and your new hero delivery driver brings you heat in 2-degree weather.
I appreciate you. My husband appreciates you.
Meanwhile, these two have already hatched their next mission of kindness.
Don't you feel like you just want to keep doing it? Like,
They're now on the hunt for the other complete stranger who pulled Eduardo out of that ditch, who started the inner workings of events, who brought these two together, and Charles a much-needed night of relief on a snowy night in Arkansas.
Kind of like the butterfly effect. Things snowball and things, if you put...
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Hey, God bless you.
What a guy. So you can help Eduardo and Brooke on their mission to find the mystery man who pulled him out of that ditch. That mystery man was driving a Ford F-250, maybe brown in color. Eduardo said it was dark out there, so we'll see if we can help make that happen. And they want to keep that snowball rolling.
All righty, Doug. Well, you may want to